Hello, beautiful beings. I wanted to come on today to talk to you about something that as adults we've gotten all wrong and we've really forgot the reason why we do what we do, and that's when we're talking about exercise. So, I noticed this, or more recently, when I started my spring running program, and a lot of people were really keen and eager to come, but so many people were nervous. They were worried about whether they could keep up, whether it would challenge, whether they would feel like they were holding people up, and there was so much nervousness and anxiety. I thought to myself, wow, we're really hard on ourselves when it comes to exercise, and yet deep down, so many of us wanted to do the running and to run better, and there's a reason for that. A lot of these things we do can really make us feel free and alive and energetic, so we like to do it. So why is it so painful to get ourselves out there and having fun and enjoy it? And it made me realize it was almost like as adults, we're going back to those days of trying out for a team or not being able to do something really well or trying something new and it taking so long to become better at it. But we've kind of forgotten the childlike aspect of it where we really just enjoyed it and we didn't think about it so much and we didn't analyze it and worry about it and stress ourselves about it before we even got there. And so it also makes you realize that we want to better ourselves. We want to become better at it. We want it to become easier. We want to enjoy it so that it's something we do with ease. And as children, that's how we become good at things, not because we schedule a time and make ourselves do a certain amount. We just go out there and do it. We might only do it for 10, 20, 30 seconds. We might do it for minutes, but we don't worry about how hard it is, when we have to do it. We just don't think about it so much. But what happens is, say we only do something, say it's jumping rope. Nobody's really good at it when we first start it, but as a kid, you go out, you might jump in for 30 seconds. It doesn't go so well, but you did it for as long as you could. Next time you feel like doing it again, you go out, you do it for a few more minutes. It gets a little bit better. And without even thinking about it, without even realizing it, we become better at jump rope just because we did it. But what we were doing while we were becoming better at it is we were just enjoying it for what it did provide, for what we could do. And we weren't setting these standards or these expectations. And really, that's where we've taken all the fun out of exercise. We do it purely for weight loss. We do it because we want to and have to get better at something. We've forgotten how to do it just to enjoy ourselves. So I want you to unravel exercise and really turn back the clock. Let's go all the way back and pretend we're kids again, doing this just for the enjoyment of it. And so whether it's going to a gym, whether it's starting to run again, whether you're picking up biking, I just want you to think back to the days when you did these things as a kid, any version of it, any similarity of it, and remember how it felt, how much fun it was to just try it and do it without all the analysis and effort that goes along with it. And realize that when we're exercising as adults, we're really trying to recreate and relive that feeling as a child where we just went out and did fun things. We moved because it felt good. We moved because it allowed us to do something we love to do. That's why we're supposed to be exercising. All the other benefits will come as you do it, just because you do it. But if you can remember how you fell in love with doing these types of things, you will want to do it all the time. I always stress that creating a habit has to be something you love or your body will reject it on you. And so you have to find what you did love about it. Even when I was out running and I couldn't go very far, I always said to myself, but I love the feeling. So if I can't do it for long, if I can't do it well, if I love the feeling, then I should just keep doing it. If it feels good in my body, if it gives me a sensation that I just can't get every day, why wouldn't I do it? And by default, you will become better at it. By default, it will create good things in your body for you and help you accomplish all the goals you want to accomplish. But you have to enjoy it, you have to love it for your body and your mind to want to keep doing it. So let's go back to being a kid. Let's talk about how we took on these fun excursions and how we became good at things. The one key thing I noticed a lot with maybe how we don't keep up an exercise program, but also how the exercise program feels to us, has a lot to do with, has a lot to do with how we talk to ourselves as we're heading to do that program. If you're going to the gym at the end of your workday, how do you talk to yourself all day long? And it's actually usually quite shocking what we say to ourselves. We talk about how hard it'll be. Oh, I've just got to push myself through. Or, you might not do this very well. We might even say, oh, you'll probably back out or cancel or whatever it is we're going to do. It's incredible the self-defeating things we will say as we are approaching an exercise program, or as we are, moving towards the time that we wanted to do something, or even while we're doing it. So really challenge these thoughts. Ask yourself, what are you saying about this? I even know some people talk about going for a bike ride with their children. They even talk about, oh, well, it's not very hard. It's not doing anything. But it is. Do you want ways to make it harder? Then stand up while you're biking with them. Do more back circles while you're biking with them. If you want it to feel like a workout, if that's what you're looking for, then maybe do some tough exercises before so it's a nice cool down for you. There's a million ways you can make every form of movement and exercise work for you, but the key is to enjoy it, to tell yourself all that's good about it, and to make sure that it's something that is worthwhile, something that feels good. Be an example to your children how much fun this can be and why you wouldn't want to keep doing it. It's shocking to me too sometimes how we can agree that as adults we should do certain things, but we shouldn't do other things. I say no, try them all. Why wouldn't you? There's no reason we can't jump rope anymore. You may not feel like you have the same coordination that you did, but it's all that much more fun just trying, right? So join your kids when they're doing something that's fun. Even think about the things you used to do as a 5 or 10-year-old doing that exact same event. In the winter, I had fun, and yes, I probably looked a little crazy, but we're going on a bit of a hike, and I love sliding. And yes, I would slide with my children, but I noticed that I got to this small little part on the trail that had a hill. And I thought to myself, oh, when I was a kid, I would sit down on my bum and I would slide down this hill because the walkway was actually a little bit slippery and it would probably be something I would do. And I thought, why not? So yes, I don't know what the trees thought or the bear that was watching me maybe thought, but at the end of the day, I was shocked at how much just sort of energy and vitality it gave me just by going and kind of reliving something ridiculous that I would do as a kid. So maybe you don't want to do something like that. I get it. But the same concept applies to everything you're doing. So when you go to the gym, think about, is it biking or running that you used to love doing as a child? Do it more. Even lifting weights, just think of yourself as you were a young kid. Would you not go and pick up stuff, and the heavier it was, the more you would try? It should instill that same sensation in you that you're just a kid trying to see what you can pick up, trying to see how much strength you have, challenging your friend to say, I can lift this, can you? It's just bringing that childhood fun, adventure back into everything you do. And I think the thing is, you also want to create just that conversation with yourself while you're doing these things. It's wonder, it's adventure. So, whenever you're exercising, it's you wanting to try and see what you're capable of doing, noticing how that exercise makes you feel in your body. If you're going for a run, focus more on the wind as it feels through your air. Notice how it feels to be light on your feet. Notice how good it feels to just spread out your arms and be able to move so quickly and easily across the ground. If we notice those things, we're sending a strong message to our body that this is good. It's going to help you relax. It's going to help those feel-good hormones be released that are going to give you more energy to do even more. That's why it's so easy when we're children. We put all these barriers and parameters on us when we exercise now that it's a duty. It's not a duty. It's something your body loves to do. So why wouldn't you focus on the good feeling that you're getting while you're doing it? Why would we talk ourselves down when it's not going so well? You're building a skill, you're building an ability, you're building strength. So if it's not going well, you're just challenging yourself more. You may be accomplishing more because of it. Why wouldn't we want to do that? There's the main reason we want to move is for our health. But our body always can tell us what's healthy for us. So when you are moving, you're telling your body, not only am I taking care of you, but I am letting you do something that is creating enjoyment. So if you talk to yourself bad about how it's not going well or you can't do this very well, you're telling yourself this isn't something that's very good for you, that this is something that doesn't feel good. So your body will want you to stop doing it. Why wouldn't it? We need to enjoy that movement again. We need to enjoy trying new things, because every time you do those things and just have fun doing it without setting any expectations, you have done so much more good for your body than just the time and distance or the allocation that you made to that exercise. You actually tripled it, maybe quadrupled it, maybe even more, just by remembering all the good things that it has to offer, noticing the good feeling that it can give you. So I challenge you this season. It's spring here where I am, and it's really the time we want to get outside and we want to do more things. So that's a good help in itself. But go out there and do the things that you used to do. Even if you're gardening, try to remember what you used to do as a kid in the dirt. Think to yourself, did I used to enjoy this? What kind of things would I do? If you're at the beach, build a sandcastle, run up and down from the water. We'll pay for programs that make us run on the beach, but we won't do it on our own. It's tons of fun to be who you always have been. Your inner child wants you to let it out. It wants to play a little bit. So make this a season that you do the things you used to love, to remember the things you used to love, and to allow yourself to feel them again. We need to have fun again, whether it is taking care of our health, whether it is eating better and exercising. We need to have fun doing it. Your body will adopt it more. It will take it on as a habit, but it will do more good for you while you're doing it. So my challenge to you is this. I want you to think of the things you used to do as a kid, maybe the things you used to have fun doing, and I want you to go and find opportunities to do them again. It may not even be the exact same thing, but it could be something that creates a similar sensation, something that reminds you of it. And I want you to do it. And if it feels like you can't do it very well, all the better. Now you have something to work on, to notice the accomplishments and the benefits you're making. It was you at one time. It will all come back so naturally. So you just need to let it. Don't set any expectations. Just have the experience of doing it. Enjoy doing it and know that movement is what your body needs now more than anything. It needs to feel that. And it needs you to feel good while it's feeling that. So take the bar down, be a little crazy, be a little silly. It's all about child's play. Exercise is simply child's play. We've just made it into different things that we can do as an adult. Some things that we look less ridiculous doing, but I challenge you to do something even ridiculous. Something that feels like you're acting like a kid, but you're going to have fun doing it. And if you're not sure what to do, watch your children. Go watch children somewhere and try to remember what it is we used to do. That feeling never goes away. I don't care what age you are. There's some of those activities you do that will always feel good. So that's why we do these things. That's why movement feels so good. It really takes us back to something very innate, something very natural that we did as a kid and didn't think about. So take the stress off. This season is about moving and having fun. And I challenge you to do something every day that allows you to move, but makes you smile while you're doing it. And the more that brings up old childhood memories, the better. And don't worry about the team you didn't make, because that was for a reason. It was so you might do something else that was more you. Don't worry about the things you didn't do well, because that made you maybe do it more. So you worked on it more, you participated on it more, or you really just focused on it and tried to be better. You learned how practice helped you become better. We can never really know why things didn't work out when we did things as a child, but we can't assume. We cannot assume because it didn't go as we expected or didn't go well that we were not meant to do it. That is a very detrimental thought process. You need to know, is it possible because it didn't go well that it steered me in a new direction? Is it possible that it actually encouraged me to work harder at it, to do it more, to realize I did love it? And we also need to remember that we don't have to be good at something to enjoy it. Maybe some people do this stuff as professionals, and maybe they want to be good at it because it's their career. But most things we do when we move, we don't need to be good at them. We just need to enjoy it. So if you're not sure if you're meant to do something, not sure if you should do something, just ask yourself, am I having fun? Because that's all that matters. Movement is a natural thing our body wants us to do. Exercise is movement that we do with intention to make ourselves feel better. And all of those cases, no matter what we are doing, we are meant to enjoy it. So have fun with your challenge, my child's play challenge for this season. The possibilities are endless. Just look around and think outside. Climb a tree if you have to. Can't even be sure what it is you can possibly come up with, but the more you use your imagination, the more things that will come to you. And I know that it will put a smile on your face. Have fun, be a child again, and see